Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my God, it's your girl, Michelle Rhett, the Holy Ghost Amplifier, coming back to you with Church at Risk Live Radio. Yes, yes, yes. I've been away for a while. I took a few weeks off. I had to. The last time we spoke, we were supposed to have a guest on our show, Elder Angela Thornton from Wise Word Ministries. Oh, this incredible woman of God. Yes, indeed, I do love me some Angela Thornton and her husband, Daniel Thornton. They have been pillars of strength in my life, and I thank God for them. But Angela became ill and was not able to do the show. And so I do apologize that we did not have a show before we went into having our workshop, Church at Risk, the Trump Years. But rest assured, we're having the workshop again. So Angela is coming back, and I'm even going to try to get Attorney David Dupree, who is a part of Church at Risk, to come on and talk to you as well. So I just wanted to say hello to all of you. You can hear Angela Thornton every day from 6 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. in Praying Through Until Breakthrough. You can go to the Facebook page for Wise Word Ministries, and her beautiful picture will come up. She has these gorgeous colors of a peacock on, and that's going to be the website or the Facebook page you want, and you can get the call-in information to the morning prayer from that. Okay, all right. So while I was away, a lot of things happened. I think one of the biggest things that happened was the Avon 39 race to end breast cancer. I did my 39 miles. And I want to thank everybody who supported, who gave something, who said something, who said a prayer, who commented on Facebook. Everything, every little bit matters. And you guys helped me reach my goal. I did raise about $2,200, probably more than that now, but my numbers on my page aren't showing up yet. I don't know why. But anyway, we will make sure by the end of the month that I do receive credit. And I wanted to thank all of you. The race itself was covered by Storm Talk 365. So shout out to my girl, Benita Claiborne, who was there. The person that owns this radio show was there filming along the way and enjoyed us all the way through to the finish line on Sunday, May 7th. Stayed for the closing ceremonies. Just was a tremendous blessing to us all, and got the coverage and the footage that we needed. So I hope those of you have seen those clippings that Benita did. They were spectacular. So I'm hoping that you got a chance to see it, and I hope that you will continue to help us with the cause for breast cancer. We have started a new team. This year we were a part of Solo Strutters. They're probably one of the largest teams, and we decided to create our own team. And so next year we will be walking in October of 2018 in the Avon 39 in New York City. Yes, indeed. I said it, New York City, which means we'll be crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. And we are very, very excited. We started a group called Breast in the City. And we will hope that those of you will consider joining us, walking 39 grueling miles through downtown New York. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine it. We will have training opportunities, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that coming up in the next few weeks. We will talk to, we'll do that after the summer. We will talk to the team captain, Marguerite Rogers, who walked this year on my behalf as a survivor of breast cancer. And so I just want to thank her, and I want to make sure that you guys get to hear from this dynamic woman of God, and we'll tell you a little bit more about Breast in the City as the weeks go. Okay, so lots is going on. I don't know what to say. I'm working on 2 new books. I've got 3 books that are behind, but I have 2 new books that I'm working on. I'm encouraging you to buy or purchase the online copy. You can download or you can purchase a copy, hardback or paperback, of my bestseller, The Resurrection of Passion that came out in February. We're claiming it as a bestseller. It's not there yet, so we do need your support. We need you guys to purchase. We need you guys to place comments all over the place. You can place your comments on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble. You can place your comments on Goodreads. We ask that you please support us in this effort, The Resurrection of Passion. I am going to have another session where I will talk about the book again, and I will even have a panel where we will talk about owning our passion, and we're going to actually have that filmed, so you'll be able to see that on Periscope. You'll be able to see it on my YouTube station, and Storm Talk 365 is going to cover it as well. So we want to make sure that you become a part of this. This summer I have a mini tour that will be on passion, living your passion, called the Passion Tour. And we will be, of course, selling the book, signing book copies from all over. And we've got about 5 cities that we will hit. And I will tell you about that soon. So look forward to me talking about that in June. But right now I want to talk about you, and thank you for listening. I want to talk about the Church at Risk workshops. We had the Trump years. I think those of you remember we announced that. Angela Thornton was phenomenal. She did the evolution of the church. Attorney David Dupree from PAC or Pastors in Knoxville. He came and he spoke. He's a part of Church at Risk, been a part for 4 or 5 years, and he did the church's infrastructure. What does your infrastructure look like? What do you need to look like to survive in the years to come? And then, of course, I did 2 workshops. I did one on the Trump administration, and of course, all the promises that are coming from the Trump administration. And then I did another one on the actions that the Trump administration, or excuse me, the impact that the Trump administration's actions will have on houses of worship everywhere. So we're talking about Christians, Muslims, and Jews. We're talking about any sort of religion or religious activity in this country. What impact some of the decisions that the Trump administration are taking will have on the church. And so I will keep you guys posted. I will actually do a live show where we will actually talk a little bit about the Trump administration with regard to religion, because I want to bring some of this workshop to my listeners as well. And then, of course, we'll record something for YouTube, and you'll hear a little bit of us dialoguing about what is actually going on with the church. And so we're going to have a lot more videos. You're going to see my face more and more and more. I love radio, but you will now start to see my face. I have a new show called Mondays with Michelle. It has been in a holding position for quite a while, and we had technical difficulties for our first Monday. So what do you know? I don't know. That means that something great is going to come after this. So Mondays with Michelle. But this show today, I'm almost 7.5 minutes in, and I have to tell you, this show today is to talk about the biggest event that we have planned for this year. The biggest event that we have planned for this year, the 2017 Church at Risk National Summit. Oh my God. For months now, we have been working with Bridge Philanthropic Consulting Group to bring you a dynamic national summit. Some of you remember last year's summit was called Sacred and Protected, the Church Beyond Compliance, and we had about 175 total, maybe close to 200 participants. We did very little. It was on a small scale. It was held at a church. We had some dynamic speakers, and people just said, it was so much information. It was so overwhelming. How can we take advantage of this information? And so we've struggled with that. And so last year it was a 1.5 day event that kind of ended early, but we made it through. I nearly passed out, to tell you the truth. I don't know what I would have done without some of the support that I had from my family, who was truly instrumental, and some friends that showed up to support me. But this year is totally different. As some of you know, we've got We've got it. We've got a whole bunch of new stuff that I've been talking about. So let me use this time that we'll share today to talk about the 2017 summit, and then we'll begin to have speakers come on, and you will also be able to look at us on Periscope, Facebook Live, and the YouTube station, Church at Risk as well, so that you can see these speakers, you can hear a lot about the awardees, and you can get excited about the event, and more than anything, you can register. That's what's important. You want to register because this event is limited seating capacity and it will sell out. We already know that. It will sell out. We will honor again the individuals that will register first. We honored them last year. We will honor them this year as well. And so we're probably going to have something very, very special. But let me talk about it. November 9th through the 11th, 2017. That's Veterans Day weekend, guys. The Renaissance Hotel in Arlington, Virginia. This is Arlington's newest hotel. So you want to get your reservations in right now. But here's the catch. Not only do we have the entire hotel, but the hotel is connected to another hotel. So we've got Renaissance and we've got the Residence Inn. If you want to bring a group and take advantage of the group rate by spending less money, getting an apartment setting, bring all your friends, come down, come bring your church members. This is an event for everyone. And so I want to make sure that I tell you about it today. You can reserve your room right now. You can go to the Church at Risk website. You can hit the link for the 2017 National Summit, or you can go to churchnationalsummit.com. churchnationalsummit.com. That is the website that we're asking you guys to go to, and you can reserve your rooms right now. The registration is up and running on Eventbrite. You can register now, but there are some goodies and some special rates that we want you guys to be able to take advantage of, and I think that will get upgraded or listed. If you don't see it, then hold out for about a week or so because it will be on there, but I will let you know. So stay tuned. It's a lot going on, but to call this a new summit is an understatement. This is an entirely different theme, entirely different gathering. We like to refer to this gathering as an inclusive gathering of leaders, supporters, workers, and advocates in the field of law, education, and religion. Never before have all of the communities come together, but that's what we're doing. We're talking about Christians, Muslims, and Jews coming together to create or dialogue about a strategy to offset some of the religious persecution that is happening in this country right now. We're going to deal with new laws. We're going to deal with existing cases, new cases that challenges a person's right, that challenges a church's right to present their religion or to have their religion in certain venues, or to restrict the rights of religious organizations to engage in certain venues. We're talking about a time never before in this country that has been experienced religious persecution that we have been watching on the airwaves in foreign countries has now come to the United States of America. And we've got people who have lost their lives, who have lost their property, who have lost their churches, who have lost their freedoms, who have lost their jobs based upon religion. And I thought, and so did you, that we had freedom of religion in this country. It is a guaranteed right to every American citizen under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. And yet, there have been extreme violations against religious people in this country so that we could honor other groups. And so I am not suggesting that other groups should not have rights, but I am suggesting that the fundamental right of this country, the right to have free religion and the right to exercise a sincerely held belief as a person of faith, has to be protected. And we're seeing attacks against religious communities, religious organizations like never before. So that's what this summit is about. This is the beginning of the strategic plan that we're going to put together with religious and world leaders and education leaders and lawyers. We're going to come together to make sure that we put something on the table to the United States Congress, put something on the table to help defend some of the cases that are coming before the Supreme Court. We've got a lineup like never before. So I hope that I can convince you over this summer to go onto your computer and register for the 2017 Church at Risk National Summit. Okay? So we're talking this year, our theme for the 2017 summit, because we always have to have a theme, right, y'all? So our theme for this year's summit is It's a Thin Line Between Church and State. I know I mentioned that to some of you. You may remember it. I should have been awarding $100 for whoever could remember the name. It's a thin line between church and state, which is a summit about to explore the blurred lines of the law and religion. So many laws and so many religious protections merge, and in their merging, some of them are actually clashing. And so we want to talk about this on a worldwide level. The lines that divide us in America are significant, but never do you see the greatest segregation is on Sunday morning. That's still the truth in this country. And that is a shame. The greatest lines of segregation are seen on Sunday morning. We don't share or unite or integrate. We have not integrated religion yet. Even though you see audiences that have multi-diverse crowds, that is not the norm. So I don't want you to think that that's the norm. There are still very segregated religious entities in this country. So we're divided by racism, we're divided by sexism, we're divided by religion. And so that's what this summit talks about. The summit this year is held over a weekend. And of course, some of you know that is Veterans Weekend, November 9th through the 11th. So we're going to have Thursday night. Friday is the holiday, so hopefully most of you can take off and really participate in Friday. And Saturday is the explosive ending of this summit. So let me just tell you a little bit about it. You already heard there is a location change, okay? So we wanted to have a neutral zone for all religious and cultures. So we're having it at a hotel. What's the best neutral zone? A hotel. So yes, we chose the Renaissance in Arlington because it's a hotel with a view. I think if those of you that have not stayed there before, if you want to stay at a hotel that has the skyline view of Washington, D.C., this is it. So we chose a place that we wanted to make sure that it was a neutral, that it was very relaxing and engaging. This is a forum where we're asking people to bring their brains and to turn them on, so that engaging dialogue can take place. We have far more events this year, of course, because we now have 2.5 days, but we have far more events than we had last year. There's going to be great food and great fellowship and many, many, many surprises. I promise you, if you invest in this summit this year, you won't leave empty. You will not leave empty. I thank my supporters from last year. I hope that you will register. I really, really want you to register so that you can come back and see all that the Lord has done in this event. We will have speakers from all industries. So you have law, religion. We'll have sessions on the music industry, insurance, accounting, healthcare. This year, healthcare and education. But Harvard University out of Cambridge, Massachusetts will be joining us. Their Religious Studies Department will be joining us on Thursday night for our explosive lecture series that we're going to have with Christians, Muslims, and Jews to talk about the lines that divide. We will have Dr. John Sibley. He is part of the religious studies on world religion. So we are very, very excited to talk about some things that make us feel kind of uncomfortable. Why these religions are so segregated and what they are doing to harm each other. And then how they can come together. How we as the people of God, all faiths, all religions, Abrahamic faiths, all faiths, how we can come together and how we can work together to stop some of this religious persecution. So that's what's really at stake for this year. Okay, so last year, you guys remember we had the Innovation in Ministry Awards, and we honored 7 people across this United States who exemplified Christ's or whoever you believe in, God's servanthood by taking the church, taking religion outside of the four walls of the church and presenting it to communities, to states, to regions, and of course to the nation and worldwide. And we honored 7 individuals last year. This year is something totally different. This year, the Innovation in Ministry Awards is being held at night. Yes, it is our gala event where we will honor the 7 individuals, and there are new names, and I'm going to start announcing them in June, and then I'm going to interview all of the people. All of the awardees will be interviewed by me, so you will get the opportunity to see and hear, and then decide if you want to come and support people that you know, because there will be exciting people at this event. And last year I didn't allow the awardees to say anything, but this year I'm going to make it very different, and I'm going to allow the awardees to have just a few minutes to say something to encourage us about the position that they have taken in life and why they are doing what they are doing. And so stay tuned for that. But yes, Friday night, November 10th, this is a separate ticketed event, which means you don't have to come to the summit to come to the gala. And guess what? The gala is $75 for the reception. It has an opening reception, mocktails, of course, and of course then it has the full gala, and it's going to have incredible dessert. As a matter of fact, for those of you that have a sweet tooth, we're having a dessert bar on Thursday night as well. So you want to avail yourself. Lose a couple of extra pounds so that you can avail yourself of these incredible dessert bars that we're going to have by some of the best chefs in this area. So we are really excited about that. And if we can get the hotel to allow us to have some sort of cook-off between these chefs, we're going to do it. So it's going to be really fun with the really unique items and just something that you don't want to miss. But yes, you can purchase a ticket for $75 to come to Friday's gala event, where we will be honoring several trailblazers in this country. The categories, if some of you remember, are leadership development and advocacy and compassion. That's number 2. Educational leadership and development, business strategies and church expansion, community relations and land acquisition, and leadership and servanthood. And so those are the 7 categories of persons that will be honored, and we have contacted about 4 of the recipients or 4 of the nominees, and we are waiting to hear back from a few of those individuals. And then June 1st, we start telling you who's on the list. And this is becoming a hot list. People are saying, I want to be honored by the Innovation in Ministries. It is a phenomenal award that we're having. But guess what? This year, we are having a new award. We have added 2 new awards. We call them the Innovation in Industry and the Innovation in Law. And so I am so excited about the people that are receiving these awards. I am so excited about them. And so we have about 6 awards, 3 in industry and 3 in law that we will be giving out as well. And so we are very excited about that. And I'm head over heels in love with some of the people that will be receiving these awards. Some of them I don't know. I've never met them. Which makes this award so great. We're not honoring people that we thought of. We're honoring people that the Lord gave us. But some of these people I've never met. I've just stood in awe of them. And so if their schedules can accommodate us, they'll be here. And so you will be able to hear from them, because I don't want them to come in and not get an opportunity to say anything to this amazing crowd. Okay? So that's Friday night, November 10th, 2017. Meet us at the Arlington Renaissance Hotel. Okay? Alrighty. So Saturday. Somebody say Saturday. Saturday, November 11th. You're talking about an ending for a summit that you will not forget. This is this explosive closing. We have just a light breakfast that morning because we're going to jump right in to talk about the cases, the actual threats. Now, here's where we combine last year's summit with this year's summit. Now we're talking about the threats. Last year, we focused on the threats against the church. On Saturday, we will talk about the actual threats because we will actually have some representatives from cases that are live. So these cases are currently pending before either an appeals court or they are pending before the United States Supreme Court. We will have speakers that will come in and talk about their cases. And I think that's so critical that the audience is able to hear from the front lines what is actually happening in these cases and what they have learned from being in these cases. And so I'm very, very excited about Saturday's plenary session. It is longer. We won't have the tracks. We'll have tracks on Friday, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Forgive me, I did forget Friday. But on Saturday, I'm just so excited about Saturday. You want to be a part of this. And the thing that I love about the summit is that you can register for any day you want. You don't have to register for the entire summit. We encourage you. We have day rates. I think day rates are $149, but you want to come, avail yourself, have all the food you can eat, but participate for the day because your schedule won't accommodate anything else, or that's the part that you're most interested in. Okay, so I want you to know that this is an event that you can register for just sessions of the event, and Saturday is open because Saturday, not only will we have this explosive think tank on Saturday that will really put the teeth into the entire summit, but on Saturday, we're having what's called the Warriors Brunch. The innovation in industry, or the Sacred Veil presents the Warriors Brunch. And this is to honor people who have been through a whole heck of a lot and have held their heads high regardless. So either they suffered religious persecution, they suffered some kind of attack on their physical bodies, they suffered a tremendous loss. In some kind of way, we're going to honor who we call warriors in this nation. And so that's going to be a very fun and dynamic event. It's something that you don't think of, so it's going to be very, very different. And I'm very excited about it, and I'll start sharing that with you probably in about, let's see. I'll share it, I kid you not, I will share it before the end of pre-registration. So let me talk about registration. Registration is open. Early bird registration is through July 31st, and that's where you're getting $100 off the cost of the full summit. We have categories this year, so pastors and leaders are one category, staff members and community organizations are another, students are another category. I'm leaving something out, but yes, we're having divinity and law students come and participate in the summit this year. As a matter of fact, the University of Maryland Business School is working on the summit this year. So you just want to hear more about this. You want to see more about it. So I know you can't wait until I start doing the live shows to talk about the summit, but the live shows are coming very, very soon. Pre-registration, early bird registration through July 31st. You don't want to wait till the last minute because the rooms are going to book up. So if you're coming and you're going to just commute back and forth, pre-registration through July 31st, early bird registration, through July 31st. Pre-registration is from August 1st to September 30th. Remember these dates, and we will post them on our website as well so that you can see them. Early bird registration through July 31st. Pre-registration through September 30th. So August 1st to September 30th, the prices are going up. So that's pre-registration prices, and then regular registration starts October 1st through October 8th, and after regular registration on November 9th, so October 1st through November 8th, is regular registration, and November 9th through the 11th, you're stuck. You've got full price because it's on-site registration. And I know there's some of you that can't book this early and you're going to have to book it later. And so I just so appreciate you. I really do. And then to all of my Sacred Veil members, we have a special gift for you this year. We also have VIP seating for Sacred Veil members. We have VIP seating for several people who purchased the elite packages. We have a bonus session. So even though the conference starts off and has its official kickoff on Thursday night, Thursday during the daytime, we're going to have what's called bonus sessions. People asked last year, how can I learn more of this? How can I get this? You can get it Thursday. Thursday is going to be the bonus sessions. I will be teaching, I will definitely be teaching, and I have some dynamic speakers lined up that we're going to really challenge you, and we're going to have a part of our session that we called last year, Keeping It 100. We're going to demonstrate that on Thursday. We're going to have another Keeping It 100 on Friday. It's going to be slightly different. We'll channel the discussion, so we'll start a dialogue or start an argument and see where we go from there, so that we can all come out of our comfort zones and be comfortable with who we are and what God has called us to do. All religions, all people of faith working together. Okay, I've said enough about it. And so I wanted to just give you that lineup. And each week I will give you a bit more. Next week I will talk about one of the cases that we are tracking. I want to bring that case to you. I want to talk about United States versus Sterling, because it is headed to the Supreme Court this fall. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about it. And at the summit, we're going to have someone from the actual case that's going to be a part of the summit. So keep your ears listening. Stay tuned. I'm glad to be back. This is your girl, Michelle Rhett, the Holy Ghost Amplifier. I am so excited to be a part of Storm Talk 365. I thank my audience. I thank my friends and family. I thank all of you. To God be the glory. Listen, live your life with passion like never before, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. This is Church at Risk Live Radio. I love you, and so does God. Take care.